I have a sick kid, and he got diabetes at 9 months old. And then at 22, he got MS. And then by the time he was 25, he was in a wheelchair, and now he's had brain surgery, and he's had open heart surgery, and he's in diapers. And this was an angry, gorgeous stud of a guy who walked into a bar and got laid within 20 minutes. Not in the bar, but he managed to find a place within 20 minutes, and a woman. This guy has turned into the most amazing, beautiful, wise, crippled man, and he won't let me say handicapped, he makes me say crippled. So what I've done is I've made my life like a clock. At 6 o'clock, I have a kid who's in diapers. I have a kid who could die, probably will, young. I have a kid who will not walk down the aisle. And he's on every supplement that has ever been born. But then at 20 of 7, because I might as well stand in another place, because my teacher Ram Dass used to always say stand in another place, and I had no idea what he meant. I thought he meant go to New Jersey. What he meant was go to 20 of and watch my husband and my son playing backgammon, and the die flow out of his hands, and they're laughing. At 20 of 7, they're laughing. At quarter of, I have another kid, and he's healthy, and it's really hard for him. So my heart's broken here. And at 5 of, my kid is more heart connected than most people in the world. Now, what is more important? Legs that can ski? He was an amazing skier. Or someone who's got 75 people who come to see him and love him, hang out with him, real with him, heart, really heart, genuinely. When people go see him, they're at their highest selves. They're not going to compete with him. They're not going to walk in and say, you know, what you were wearing was really, I can't believe you said that. They walk in and they are practically bowing to him. So, did I sign up for this? I read Carolyn Mace's, she hadn't written Sacred Contracts yet, but she wrote Anatomy of the Spirit. And I had just read it when Dan was diagnosed. And it's so weird because I immediately went, yes, this is my sacred contract. Not a healthy reaction to finding out that your kid has MS, but probably a very healthy reaction. She told a story about being in your cloud with your angel, and your angel says, so what do you want to do in your next lifetime? And I said, I would really like to learn to let go, because I've spent my entire lifetimes controlling everyone. So I'd just like to really let go and not need an outcome. And then she turned to Dan, the angel in the cloud, and she said, and what do you want to learn in your next lifetime? And he said, I would really love to not be a victim. I would like to be able to just be who I am with what I got. She said, oh, I have such a great life for you. Okay, so one of you is going to be the mother, and one of you is going to be the kid. And the kid's going to get a disease, and it's going to be really hard for the mother. And then if the mother doesn't get it, which you probably won't, he'll get another disease. So which one of you wants to do what? And I said, I want to do the easier, so I don't want to be the kid that gets the diseases. And Dan said, oh, that's fine, I can do the diseases. And then your angel kicks you out of the cloud, and as you're tumbling to earth, she yells, oh, and you're not going to remember any of this. But I do remember. I do remember. So another thing that Ram Dass said was that this is the University of Life, and take the curriculum. And my curriculum is being able to be in the full 360, so that at 5 after, I am so grateful for the people that I am meeting because of my kid's illness. There are people that I never would have even been thrown in with, but he's got all these caretakers, and they're so diverse, they're so different, and they're so loving, and every one of them has tsuris, every one of them has stuff in their life. They are one paycheck away from the street, all of them. And they're so beautiful, and they give so much, and they don't make very much money. So what I'm getting in exchange for having a kid who could walk down the aisle, who could go skiing on Saturday, is this very rich life. So here, at quarter after, I got everything. I have everything. And at 25 after, I have learned to sob and laugh. Well, I think I probably always knew how to do that, but I do it out loud in front of people now. So I had a girlfriend call me on the phone one day. And she's talking about, you know, she bought this unbelievable dory rug, and she's thinking she's going to get a Prius. And I said, could you do me a favor? Could you call me back and ask me how I'm doing? She said, okay. So she called me back, and I answered the phone, and she said, "How are you doing?" And I sobbed. I just sobbed. I sobbed for about 37 seconds, which is that's a long time, really. And then I said, "How am I doing?" I am doing phenomenally because I'm doing everything. I have the richest, most layered, most difficult, most delicious life in the world. And I think we all have to do the full 360. You can't cut out the pain. You can't skip the sorrow.